Most people think when they are doing an event, they're going to need to spend, thousands of dollars on AV, both equipment and crew. It's interesting because you don't have to. And the main reason for that is, we were trying to solve our own problem. We started in an industry that was very immature and didn't have a lot of money. And so we had to figure out a way to bring this high quality production to the masses in this industry without sacrificing quality. One of the biggest pain points of that is labor. We would go and set up a 5-track conference, and it would take hours to plug in the cameras and the video switchers and the monitors and all the tech that's involved, the internet connections to streaming and recording those events. And honestly, it was getting frustrated for my team. I mean, we're on the road most weeks out of the year. Somebody from our team is on the road at a conference. And so, to try and benefit my team, I was like, let's see if we can optimize this. So we've developed a rig that we call the Stream Case, and it's a self-contained box that has basically everything you need to stream. It's completely plug and play. It's got a screen built in, a computer built in. You plug in your Ethernet internet line and your camera and the microphone from the room that you're putting it in, and it's online and ready to stream in less than 20 minutes. And so we can set a room in 20 minutes. This 5-track conference takes us a little over an hour to set the entire conference, and we can monitor and run those streams from anywhere in the world. So we have an operations center in Atlanta, Georgia, and our team will basically sit there and move the cameras and change the audio and show splash images and hold music and all that stuff, where in the past you would have to have one person in every room doing that. So it's really a way to optimize that and bring the cost down, but the end product is still amazing. Thinking about the number of people that it takes to set up a room for a conference, and it kind of depends on what we're providing for the conference, right? And you have some projector screens and speakers and microphones, and then you have the streaming rigs, and those are oftentimes handled separately, right? You have the in-room audio. If you're not doing a hybrid conference, it's the bare minimum you need. People in the room need to be mic'd, and you need to be able to see things on the projectors, and then you have the streaming rigs that interface with that. And so, usually to set that up, you need 3 or 4 people per room, and, a lot of times you have time constraints. You only have, 6 hours to set up for the show because that's when the room was contracted with the hotel. And so you got to send a lot of people to be able to cover that much ground. And again, with our technology, we've streamlined a ton of that. So, we can set rooms insanely fast, especially when it comes to operations. Like a 5-track conference can be run with only 2 people on site. If we weren't using our technology, basically you need at least 1 person in every room, probably 2. You probably need 1 person to kind of keep an eye on the streaming stuff, and then another person up front to kind of work with the presenters as they're getting set and all that stuff. Really, that's what the 3 people or 2 to 3 people that we would send are focused on. They're focusing on interacting with the presenters, making sure their computer is hooked up and ready to go, versus like managing all the buttons in the back and make sure the audio is good and all that stuff.